This chapter introduces theories of development, different life stages, and even how we approach the end of life. But today, we'll focus on the foundation, what lifespan development is, and the key debates in the field. 9.1. What is lifespan development? A. 3 domains of development. Psychologists divide development into 3 domains, all of which interact with one another. Physical development, growth and changes in the body and brain. Examples: motor skills, puberty, aging, health. Cognitive development, changes in thinking, reasoning, memory, and language. Examples: a toddler learning new words, an adolescent developing abstract thought, psychosocial development, emotions, personality, and relationships. Examples: forming attachments, building friendships, developing identity. Notice how these overlap. A teenager's brain, physical, supports abstract reasoning, cognitive, which influences identity formation, psychosocial. B. The normative approach. Psychologists often use the normative approach, studying large groups to establish developmental norms. These norms describe the average age when skills or milestones appear, like walking or speaking. They help identify what's typical, but they are not strict rules. Individual differences matter. Some children walk at 9 months, others at 15 months, and both can be healthy. Question for reflection: do you think milestones are helpful guidelines, or do they put too much pressure on children and parents? C. 3. Big debates in development continuity versus discontinuity continuity. Development is gradual, cumulative, like climbing a slope. Example: vocabulary expanding steadily over years. Discontinuity. Development occurs in distinct stages. Example: Piaget's stages of thinking. Children suddenly shift from not understanding conservation to grasping it. One course versus many courses of development. One course. Development follows universal patterns. Example: Piaget believed all children progress through the same cognitive stages worldwide. Many courses. Culture, context, and individual experience shape unique developmental paths. Example: some cultures emphasize independence, others emphasize interdependence, shaping psychosocial outcomes differently. Nature versus nurture nature. Biology and genetics drive development. Example: inheriting a predisposition for height or temperament. Nurture, environment and experience shape development. Example: nutrition determines whether a child reaches their genetic height potential. Modern view: it's always an interaction of both. D. Research methods in developmental psychology. How do we study development across the lifespan? Psychologists use naturalistic observations, watching children at play or in classrooms. Case studies, in-depth research on one individual, e.g. Freud's Little Hans, or Jeannie, a child deprived of language. Surveys and interviews, asking parents, teachers, or individuals about development. Experiments, controlled studies to identify cause and effect. Each method has strengths and weaknesses. For example, case studies give rich detail but may not apply to everyone. Conclusion: so in summary, lifespan development spans physical, cognitive, and psychosocial domains. The normative approach identifies typical milestones, but there's variation. 3 debates: continuity versus discontinuity, one versus many courses, nature versus nurture, frame the field. Researchers use multiple methods to study human development. As we move forward in this chapter, keep asking yourself, how do these principles show up in your own life story?